If I were to tell young men to focus on one thing, this would be it. Now, I'm not going to waste your time at all. It is skill acquisition, or acquiring a variety of different skills. Now, here's my opinion. I think that young men should focus on developing these different skills in hopes in the long run that will bring you the financial security that you seek, rather than focusing on short-term money. And here's the most plain example. Something like oil rigging, let's say. If you were to go into oil rigging, you're going to make great money. But the issue is that your environment's going to be incredibly poor. Drugs and alcohol. You will be destroying and damaging your body. And on top of that, the income in that is going to be set. It's going to be hard to continue to work harder and get pay raises. You're not going to get the same type of pay raises as someone who works up, let's say, at like a bank and works their way up the ladder. So, what type of skills am I talking about? Well, I myself right now am studying for my personal training exam. And once I get that, I will be certified and be able to train people. And I'm actually taking the hardest exam there is out there from my understanding. And I think it's going to give me the best skills to help my clients, to be educated on exercise science, and to have a really strong base coming into the industry. Now, the issue is that I still got to pass this exam, I still have 6 more days to study, and I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to crush it, and I'm doing my best. But the most important thing is not how much money am I going to make. The most important thing is, what type of man are you becoming? How are you being formed by your work? And so I think 3 main skill sets that we need to build are these 3. Now, the first one is going to be mental. You need to be reading, you need to be educating yourself, you need to be, for example, using AI, learning how it works. Or like with what I'm doing myself, studying personal training, learning exercise science, or educating yourself in church history. Just become well-versed and interesting to speak to. Break out of the NPC mold that it seems like often society wants to put us into, where instead of educating yourself, learning, watching full content videos, like full-form content videos instead of short-term media, it seems like society, social media platforms are pushing us into being so distracted, into scrolling our lives away, that we lose the ability to focus and to learn different things. And once you start learning, you don't want to stop. And that's one of the best parts about growing mentally and becoming smarter and more of an intellectual. Now, the second one is physical. And I always love to emphasize your physique, your fitness, because I think that it's much easier to fix your physique than it is to try and fix your mental health. Like, it's much easier to get in great shape than it is to try and go inside your mind and deconstruct and figure out all the different ways where your mental health isn't great or whatever, for example. Rather than you could go to the gym, you're going to get the endorphins flowing, you're going to think, wow, my physique looks great, you're going to gain confidence. And not only that, but you are going to be stronger, and you're going to be able to help protect others more. You're going to look more like a man physically. And so all of these different things, whether it's the mental, whether it's the physical, are incredibly significant skills to develop. And so it's not just the gym either. To explain, you should be able to run, you should be able to sprint. You should be able to do some different types of martial arts, whether it's BJJ or boxing or Muay Thai. Get into something like that where you can defend yourself and also be putting on muscle. Become a man, both mentally, physically, and the last one, of course, I always mention this, is spiritually. Have the spiritual disciplines in place, the spiritual skill set to be able to pray for other people, to be able to read the Word with the Lord, to be able to sit in silence and have time in solitude, to be able to grow in community and with other people, in church dynamics and in small group settings. All three of these skills are so incredibly essential, and I believe that they will grow you in great ways. And of course, there are other categories. And yeah, the goal is not to become so spread out that you're not good at anything. But you also don't want to niche down so far into one thing that you're no longer interesting and you only have one thing going for you. And so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and thank you guys so much for watching.